You guys know what time it is, right? It's 9 o'clock. Time to get us some fan mock drafts.
Mock draft Friday.
Drafts. You know how funny this is?
It.
You know who we're going to start with?
I see it. Let's go.
The great Eric Gentry.
Are you
serious?
Hell yeah. Not the one being drafted either. This is my brother. Not the guy from USC.
This is
oddly enough.
Yeah,
he mocks himself in the draft.
Okay, this is his mock. He didn't do any trades, I don't think. He had Byron Murphy the second as his first round pick, which I actually like.
Don't hate it.
I like. Don't hate it. In the second round, he goes Kalen King, cornerback out of Penn State. It's 61. Honestly, I haven't really dove into Kalen King like tape. I don't know too much. I watched a couple Penn State games, but I'm not super familiar.
He's a dog. He's a dog, and he's a hometown kid. I'm pretty sure he grew up in Detroit.
Well, I like his first 3 picks. First 4 picks. I haven't even seen the others. I like Zach Sinner. I like Chris Braswell. I like Kalen King, Byron Murphy the second. Because Kalen King in the second round, I like these first 4 picks, man.
Yeah.
Eric Gentry was cooking. Hey, tell Big Bro he was.
He might be watching. So if you're watching, Eric, they think you're cooking.
Yeah, Eric. I mean, anything you guys don't like? I mean, I liked it. I like the 4 picks.
No, nothing. I think he goes about the position it needs very well.
Yeah. He does. We'll let the chat decide. As we do this, guys, put a W if you like it, L if you don't, and we'll kind of go through. We'll see what the people are feeling. So if you don't like the mock, you put an L. If you do, put a W. All right, we'll go down the rest of his picks here. Jalen Carlisle, safety out of Missouri. I don't know much. Safety out. Hey, cool. If they cut Tracy, there you go. Caden Wallace, offensive tackle from Penn State, and then of course Kalen DeLoach, linebacker out of Florida State. Yeah. I actually like this mock. I'm gonna be honest. I'd probably give this like an A-, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say A-, B+, and kind of like we talked about with Scott, he doubled up on O-line. So, and that was I'm pretty sure the one position he did double up on. Obviously, got to edge a defensive tackle. So I don't mind it, and I like getting Zach Zinter that late. Pick 92. That's good value.
Hey, what I like too is like it's majority. It's all basically defense, and then there's 2 offensive linemen. Like that's like to me, like a receiver potentially could be a pick that we could make, but I just think defense, fill those holes, address the offensive line. Like I said yesterday, like there's 3 things you have to do: is you have to fill the holes in defense, those 2 the defensive line and corner, and you have to address the offensive line. So I think that's perfect. Is this your brother as well, Gentry?
Yes, it is my brother too.
He gave your other brother a C-.
Hey, they're all tuned in.
He came out
when we finish every draft in the chat, drop your grades from the draft for beforehand. So obviously we'll drop ours, but we want to see what you guys think about the drafts too. And obviously if you have any, you can still drop them on Twitter. I'll make Jeff put them up.
As well as I did just open our DMs. Our DMs were closed on Twitter. They are now open, so you can message us. We had a certain setting turned on. I know we told people to message us. We obviously just made the Twitter a couple weeks ago, so we just opened up the messages, so you can now message us.
Yeah. So or you could just say W or L instead of doing grades. That's kind of easier. Just W draft or L draft.
Yeah.
So here's actually the next one. I see Sarah. She commented, put a B. Well, we got Sarah's up next. She's on the stand. This is her draft, and there's a lot going. There's a lot of trades going on.
Yeah. What is good? I need to put my glasses on.
There's
hold on.
Jeff, you should too.
Yeah, well,
get roasted.
I see what you did there. They might change colors on us.
So yeah,
the sun's coming out.
I got glasses from like 5 years ago. I still sometimes wear their transition.
Transition glasses.
I'll take accountability. That's an L. Transition.
Oh man.
But
it's okay. Those were in 5 years ago for sure.
It's all right.
I don't think there's a. Wait, let me click on it. Make sure I get this. Okay, so we'll go through the trades. The trades, regardless, we just go through the picks. So 29, she stayed put, took Byron Murphy. I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. I don't have an issue with that at all. Then she took Kalen Carson, who actually Scott brought up.
Yes.
Yes, and
that was via trade as well.
Yeah, and that was via trade. I believe she traded back and got more assets. But Kalen Carson, corner out of Wake Forest. Peyton Wilson, linebacker. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and he likes what you did at 133, Mohamed Kamara.
Kamara,
Big
baby.
Mo.
Big
Big
Mo.
Mo. Bring him home.
So, and there's more. Oh my God, okay.
Ooh, Malik Washington
wow.
is a dog. He was going to be one of my next guys I wanted me to break down. Malik Washington is a dog.
Jalen Harold down there.
Malik Washington is like the Zay Flowers and Tank Dell of this draft.
So we
Jalen
got
Harold. I see Jalen Harold down there.
They got a kicker.
She doubled up on corner, Jalen Simpson. Then she took Malik Washington, got a wide receiver, Layden Robinson, interior offensive lineman, kicker Joshua Carty out of Stanford at 206, and then Jalen Harrell at 207. And I want to make sure there's no more. Oh, there is one more. Eric All, 246.
Hey, I
bring that boy home.
Hey, I honestly, I don't mind it. Honestly, like I like a lot of the players like she took. I mean, we Byron Murphy, yes, Kalen Carson, you got a corner, Peyton Wilson, linebacker. I don't know.
There's a lot of noise about him though.
Is there? I don't know. I'm not a huge and I don't know Peyton Wilson, but hey, if Ballnour approves, I'm cool with it.
Yep.
Jeremiah Trotter, back-to-back linebacker.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
That's probably my only. Honestly, I just think there's too many picks. If I'm being real, I think there's just too many. But I don't. I actually don't mind.
You have to pay a lot of these guys as well. I like the players though. Like some of these players.
Yeah. You got. She got some starters, man.
Yeah.
Got some starters.
And some guys that can be contributors as well. Like Mohamed, like Big Mo, getting him. I like that. Jalen Harrell, like there's dudes on that draft. The one thing too, I want to ask you guys too. I was thinking about this with Byron Murphy. I've been seeing mock drafts the last day or so of him going like top 25, like before the Lions pick. And that was like today we put out on our socials T'Vondre Sweat. I don't know about getting him at 29, but like I didn't realize today even like a T'Vondre Sweat was the Big 12 player, defensive player of the year, and they had Byron Murphy out there. So like I'm almost on the point to where if somehow Brad can get a little into the first or the front of the second round, or maybe he does trade back a little bit and get T'Vondre Sweat, because I think Byron Murphy is going to end up going before 29. I like just more mocks that I see and more things that people talk about him. And I'm seeing a lot of people get him at 29. I just think that he's a guy that goes a little earlier than us. So I think I'm starting to like fall for this thing too. And I watched T'Vondre Sweat today, like trade back a couple more picks or early second round, get some assets and get T'Vondre Sweat. To me, like, I guess I have to go watch and see like the difference between those two. But like T'Vondre Sweat, Big 12 player of the year, he went to the Senior Bowl, dominated, was one of the best players there, and everyone was talking about him. And he just seems like a dude that can go out there and side by side with Lee McNeil, and you can kind of trade back and still get him. So that's just, I know we just did back-to-back Byron Murphy, but that was something that I was thinking about earlier today when we did tweet out the whole T'Vondre Sweat thing.
Yeah, and to your point, Booner, I'm pretty sure when we did our mock, he wasn't there, and like
he got like 3 picks above us. Yeah.
And I think that draft for the most part was pretty good. Most people were probably just overwhelmed on how many picks there were, but for the most part, I think they covered, positions of need and whatnot. Even though the trades might have been a little overwhelming, I think for the most part, it was pretty solid.
Yeah, I will say real quick before we move on, thank you to Eric. That's our guy, Eric Gentry. Hey,
shout out.
That's family. Mike's family, therefore your family, Eric. And then of course Sarah for sending the mock drafts. Good stuff. Guys. Good stuff, man. Like I think I wasn't sure what to expect. I kind of like it. I like both the draft, man. Mm-hmm. I do. So let's go to the next one here. And this is from, I want to make sure I give credit. This is from Chris Visser. Okay. If I'm saying that right, I think it's Visser. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But Chris submitted one, and we're going to go through his. And let me get this set up. Okay. All right, let's check it out. So I don't know if there was a first round. I don't think there was a first round pick here.
He's got a trade bet. Let's see yet. So wait.
No, because there's not even a first in the trade.
Scroll down, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
TJ Watt. Booner's on.
Give me that man.
Yeah, there ain't no way. Booner's on.
I want that man.
Awesome.
Oh, if we got TJ Watt, it's over.
This is a great thought exercise. It's a great thought exercise.
Soupy season.
Wow.
2 first rounders, a round
All
3,
right,
and a
Chris.
round 4.
Yeah,
Chris.
2 first rounders, a third, and a fourth is that's a
All
lot.
right, Chris. Hold on, Chris.
I think it's unrealistic, but I love it. I love it, Chris. Chris, if you're in this chat, I love it.
So
Just because it's TJ Watt, I'm in.
I like
It's
the
not going
idea
to
of it.
happen, but I'm in.
Yeah, I like the idea of it. Probably would have went a little different on some of the picks if you're trading for a guy like TJ Watt, but
TJ Watt, I'm in. Give it to me. Come
I'm
on.
in. I don't know.
Scroll back
Dante
up, Jeff.
151 says
I'm
it's
like,
mine, by the way.
I'm kind of like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like trying to process it. Like, okay, yeah. It's if we're going off the WL, this is definitely a W. I think we can agree it's definitely a W. You get TJ Watt, it's a W. Now I don't know what you're smoking to be able to think you'll be able to acquire him, but hey, Chris, you're chasing just like Boxing's Finest says, Chris trying to win a ring, man.
Max.
I don't hate it. Okay, well there.
This is part of the
TJ
Booner
Watt's
path.
a part of the Booner path for sure.
That is part of the I'm trying to put that's part of the Booner path.
Well, I guess we'll break it down now, knowing what happened to the first round and the first from next year. Okay, so you're okay.
That's the
So
best kicker in the draft too, I think.
we have to approach this like we have TJ Watt. So think about it like you got TJ Watt. Okay, so they draft at 63 safety Kalen Bullock out of USC. He got a C+ for that one. I'm diving into the draft, but I don't know. I don't know Kalen Bullock. I'm not going to speak
I'll
like
say
I'm
this.
Scott Bischoff. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who's available at 63, but I would have gone corner there instead of
That's
safety.
what I was literally just going to say, that word for word.
Yeah.
You got to edge with TJ Watt. That's true. I don't know, man.
That would be
Mahogany.
I mean,
Jeff's boy.
I would rather go safety. Or excuse me, corner, not safety. That's what I mean. But yeah, I mean, but Kalen Bullock, I just checked. He has in 3 seasons, he's got 9 interceptions, and he's 6'3". So he's a big safety, ball hawk. All right, Christian Mahogany. That's who we talked about.
There you go, Jeff.
Hey, don't make the same mistake twice. All right, that's all I'm focused on. Christian Mahogany. Guard out of Boston College. I'm cool with it. I don't know about Harrison Mevis in the 4th.
He's a big boy kicker. He's got a little beer belly on him, but he's got
a beer belly guy.
That's
the Booner guy.
I wonder how far he would actually fall. Like, could they have gotten him later? I don't agree with the half. Running back.
I'm with you, Mike. I don't know, man.
Cody Schrader. That's a Dan Campbell guy right there.
Why? But a running back? I mean,
I'm not saying it's a good. I'm just saying I'm not saying for the Lions, but Cody Schrader is a good running back.
Guy would see no tick. There's no point.
He's like a Jalen Warren.
No point.
Yeah, I was with my man Chris at first, and now he's losing me. He's losing me a little bit. Like Christian Mahogany. Like now we're at the kicker, a halfback,
linebacker.
Center, I don't mind. I mean, you took 2 offensive linemen, like cool. I'm cool with that. Nathaniel Watson in the 7th, like these. Who cares in the 7th, man? Like you could draft. Who gives a damn? I mean, I really don't care. But just off the mate, I mean, you got TJ Watt, you got a safety, a guard, and a kicker. Like those are your like.
You got TJ Watt. Just play TJ Watt highlights the whole draft.
Yeah, that's fair. Like W or L, guys. Well, I mean, what are we thinking?
I think by default it's a W, but
W because of TJ Watt. Bring that.
It's a W because of TJ Watt, but the rest of the picks are L's.
All right,
I think it's fair.
Such ain't feeling it.
Just being honest.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think for the trade, yes, I would agree. But after that, boys, it's
tough sledding.
It's tough sledding. Actually, Brandon submitted a mock draft while he's watching the show. He sent a screenshot of the show.
Let's go.
So let's go.
I'm interested to see this. You
this
better
is
take
Brandon. Dubsky. I'm bad at that. Let's call you Brandon.
Dude, you just put the name up, man. Come on. What are we doing here? Don't even shout out Brandon.
Yeah, shout out Brandon, man. We appreciate you. I definitely butchered your last name, but regardless, here's his mock draft. I like it, man. I think Brandon nailed this one.
Chris Jenkins.
29, Jackson Powers Johnson. Love it. Chris Jenkins. Love it. DJ James, corner. At least position corner. Love it. You doubled up on corner, Kalen King, Zion. out of Washington and edge. He's actually pretty good too. I know he's
He's
like a hybrid too. He can kind of play linebacker. He's an interesting prospect, but he got him at 162. Gabe Hall and Anthony Gould.
I like this. This is a W. The only thing I'll say is I don't think what's his name will be available at 29.
Powers Johnson. Yeah, there's no way. He's a top 20
I don't think
pick.
Jackson will be available. But I love it. If he is available at 29 and drops somehow, I'm all in on this. Corners back to back, defensive tackle, edge, 2 D tackles actually, and a wide receiver. I like this. Is a W.
Yeah, this is a huge dub.
Look at the top.
Shout out.
Watching our boy Scott. But yeah, I would give this one a solid B plus. B plus. I like this one. I'm not so familiar with the other players, but overall, like I like it, man. Double
The
up
first
on
4 is solid.
Oh
yeah, I love this one.
I'm cool with that. What are we thinking, guys?
W.
Here. W. I see some W. So people like it. Jackson Powers Johnson, I think, automatically convinces
Jameis Winston, W.
Eating a W. Yeah, that's fair.